Hey, what's up guys? This is Froyam again, back with a new Minecraft Dungeons video. I just uploaded my all artifacts showcase for the Echoing Void DLC. There are some very awesome ones right there, so definitely make sure to check it out in the top right of the screen if you missed it. But right now we're gonna talk about all the new enchantments, which also got introduced with the DLC update for the Echoing Void. The cool thing is all the enchantments are available for everyone, so they're free to get your hands on new items when they drop. So guys, let's check them out right now. Alright, so here we are near the target dummy. So I have all the new enchantments. There are currently a total of 6. One of them is actually shared on both melee and ranged. So let's check them out one by one. Alright, so the first enchantment, an armor enchantment, is Shadow Blast. This common enchantment will allow you to trigger a powerful blast when leaving a shadow form, which damages nearby enemy mobs. With a 4-block blast radius of the maximum tier, I think this is going to be a very awesome AoE damage attack. So for this, of course, you need to be in shadow form. And there are actually different ways to get in shadow form. I already showcased the artifact which does it, which is the Shadow Shifter. The Shadow Shifter grants you the shadow form, which allows you to stay out of sight. So let me just put it in right here and also go for that piece of armor with a tier 3 Shadow Blaster. We're gonna upgrade it 1 tier actually to show you exactly what it does when we're standing right next to the target dummy, let's say. So I'm gonna leave shadow form and then you have this explosion around me. So let me just stand a little bit further away from the target dummy right now, and I'm actually gonna put this one to the maximum tier so you can see the 4-block blast radius. And of course we're gonna get out of shadow form by using a ranged attack. So not really gonna do any damage with melee. So here we go. This is the shadow form. If we shoot right now, of course we leave shadow form and you see the explosion popping around us. This was actually just outside of blast radius because of course you can counter blocks. You have like 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we stand just a little bit closer right here, we can do shadow form once again, shoot the target dummy, and bam, there you have it, the explosion. So I think this is a very awesome one. Let's also try this in combat for a second to show you exactly how it works. Alright, so here we are. I also equipped some items to get my hands on souls a little bit easier because of course that's what we need in order to trigger this artifact, but we will get that in a second. Alright, so here we go. We actually found a Shadow Brew, so I'm just gonna stand in the very center right here, and then it should deal damage to all the mobs around me after we lose it. Look at that. We can even knock them back a little bit, but let's apply the shadow form with this artifact. So we have a 25-26 second duration to get to another pack of mobs. This is perfect. Let's hope they will stay close to each other. Bam. We actually just killed them by leaving shadow form, so I think it's a pretty nice new enchantment. Alright, so on to the next enchantment. This is also an armor enchantment, a common one called Shadow Surge. Mobs defeated while in shadow form will grant you extra souls, and on the maximum tier this will give you 16 souls per mob, so that is very awesome. I mean, activating the Shadow Shifter requires quite some souls, so I think it would be the perfect combination to use that enchantment with the Shadow Shifter. So shadow builds are gonna be very awesome. So let's just put this one on the maximum tier and test it on the battlefield once again. It also makes me look extremely funky. I'm very happy I didn't salvage these soul fists because of course with a soul gathering, soul critical boost and all those enchantments, they're gonna become very powerful for these assassination shadow builds pretty much. Alright, so here we go. We just gathered enough souls to trigger this one. So if we take down a mob, then of course we will get some souls with all the soul gathering items I currently have. It's +4. But if we use the shadow form and then take down a mob, we get 16 of those souls instead, which is really nice. Next up, we have Ambush, a common enchantment unique to melee weapons, which does the following. Ambush. Attack on mobs that are not actively targeted to you. Deal increased damage. So 45% bonus damage on the maximum tier when you hit mobs from behind or with a sneak attack, let's say. So I think this is a very awesome new addition as well. So let's first just use the Truth Seeker without any enchantments, without any shadow form. So if we hit the target dummy, it hits exactly 304,000. But if we use this pendant to get into shadow form and strike it, it will do 2.4 million damage, which is really nice. But of course we want to see what happens if we actually put the 45% bonus damage on that one. So let's activate it once again. Bam! 5.3 million damage. So you can definitely tell that this is going to be an extremely cool enchantment to use, especially also on taking down bosses with pretty much one hit. So I'm going to search for a build that will allow you to one-hit kill bosses very easily. I think in combination with Dynamo, this is going to be extremely brutal, guys. Next up, we have Void Strike, and this enchantment can actually be found both on melee and ranged weapons. It's a powerful enchantment. Attacking a target applies a damage multiplier that rises steadily to a max level, then it is removed. So it will deal plus 600% max damage on the maximum tier. So that is so much bonus damage, guys. You have no idea. So if we just use the Moon Daggers in the regular way, of course, they will hit 149,000 damage every single time. But with a tier 3 Void Striker, oh boy, this is gonna hit like a truck. So I also found out that with quick weapons like this one right here, it's not very spectacular because at the beginning, look at that, you will deal a very high hit pretty much. So 700,000 right there, 300,000, 500,000. So if you hit very quickly, it actually just caps to 200. But if we hit slower, we will actually deal more damage. The longer we wait, the more damage it will deal pretty much. So that is very interesting. So I think on very slow weapons, this is going to be the most interesting because, of course, you will have some extremely slow swings. So right now, of course, I'm thinking about the Encrusted Anchor. It's slow but extremely powerful. It also inflicts poison, so I am very curious if this can actually stack with each other, but of course, more about that in another video. So yeah, like I already said, the Void Strike can also be found on ranged weapons, and the Call of the Void is actually the new Echoing Void DLC unique weapon, which has it built in. Applies rising damage multiplier right there, but of course we already found another weapon with exactly this enchantment. Void Strike, attacking a target applies a damage multiplier that rises steadily to a max level, then it's removed once again, and for ranged it's a maximum of 300% damage. So let's just put it on the maximum and start firing with this bad boy. So first when we hit, it's just 132. Now it's 354. Then it goes to 374. If we wait a little bit, of course, it will deal even more damage. So once again, a very slow crossbow is going to be so much more interesting because it does have a cap if you shoot pretty fast. Next up, we have another ranged enchantment, which is called Dipping Poison. And I think this is a very cool one because when you use a health potion, you are given a quiver of poison arrows with 8 poison arrows on the maximum tier, so it will actually also serve as an artifact with one single enchantment on your range, so you can actually have 4 artifacts. That's what I think about it. So it is pretty cool, right? So let's just put the maximum tier on this ranged weapon and start firing the target dummy. So right now, if we use a potion, bam, there we have it. 8 arrows, 8 poison arrows. So if we shoot those, of course, they will poison our target, dealing damage over time. So we can just keep applying the poison with, of course, new arrows. But after those 8 arrows, they will be gone forever. But that, again, in combination with a potion cooldown build would work very well. So make sure to check that one out in the top right of the screen. Right now, I'm also thinking about Poison Focus because that, of course, will increase the damage of this enchantment. So definitely, guys, if you're going to try this out, make sure to get Poison Focus as well. It's going to be very interesting. And then, last but not least, we also have the Levitation Shot. And this one works just like the projectiles of the Shulkers. After rolling, your next attack will cause the target to levitate briefly. So you shoot your enemies with this. It will have 300% fall damage on the maximum tier. So I really want to check this out on the battlefield with you guys. So let's put it right now. Alright, so here we go, guys. I think this is the perfect enemy. So we just did a roll, so that means our Levitation Shot is ready. Right now, if we hit this guy, of course, if it's too close, I will just serve it as a shotgun, so it will get insta-killed. Let's do it again from a longer range. So this will make him levitate, and bam, he will take some fall damage. Let's try that again. I think the 300% fall damage is pretty interesting, but on a higher Apocalypse Plus difficulty, I'm not very sure if this is going to be the enchantment you want to look for. I also wanted to test out how it would work on the Harp Crossbow with multiple enemies, and unfortunately this doesn't work. So if you shoot one guy, only the first arrow pretty much will make the levitation happen, so the second one is just going to stay on the ground. So in my opinion, this is a little bit disappointing. So yeah, once again, I think the ambush is definitely my favorite of all 6 because it will make up for a very awesome assassination sneaky build. So there you have all 6 of them. Guys, a big thanks for watching. Definitely make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed watching this video. I spent a lot of time in making my videos, so it's very much appreciated. Also, of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, guys. It is entirely free, and of course, a lot more is coming your way. More Minecraft dungeons. Right now, though, it is 4 AM out. Time to work on my next video. I'll see you guys very soon. Take care. Peace.